Is everybody in? Is everybody in? The show is about to begin.
Welcome to the podcast, concerts that made us, interviews and stories, tales from the bus. We love taking you back to when it all went down. The greatest live shows and the cheering crowd sound. It's concerts that made us, concertsthatmadeus.com.
I'm Stephan.
Hey, this is Jay.
Hey, it's Randy.
And we're Octavian Winters.
And you're listening to Concerts That Made Us.
Randy, Stephan, and Jay, you're very welcome to Concerts That Made Us.
Hey,
Nice to be here.
It's great to have you guys now. I'm looking forward to diving into your music over the next bit. Now, first off, Octavian Winters recently released the debut EP, The Line or Coil. Take us deeper into it if you can.
Well, during the pandemic, we all got together and we were at my house, my little studio, and we started, jamming and getting ideas, and it just kind of all fell together. And within no time, we had the songs written, and we were looking for a producer. We sent the stuff over to William Faith, and he loved it. He mixed one track and said, what do you think? And we said we loved it, and we went ahead and finished the record and sent it to him in Chicago, and he mixed it over there, and that's how it kind of came together.
The original vision you guys had for the record, how close do you think the final version is?
Well, the vision for the record, that's a hard question. I think it came out beyond our wildest dreams. Actually, when we hooked up with William, I mean, he's kind of like our fifth member now. It's like known him for a long time. He's an amazing producer, and it's like when this stuff started flowing, everything just fell into place. Everything. I mean, every little thing was just during the pandemic. It was very quiet. It's like, well, let's get this band rolling. We hadn't been playing together in a long time, so the music it was like it wanted to write itself.
Yeah,
Rhea, we got Rhea, and my God, it was like it just the songs just became their own thing, and it still continues to do that. In Ray on the second record, which it's crossing a lot of different barriers. It's coming. It's kind of like painting. It's like what color wants to be used.
To be truthful, Brian, we didn't sit down and talk about a vision or what we wanted to do. We just started, just started playing woodshedding, and that's the way it came together. At no point did we sit down and say, this is the vision, which was kind of magical, because a lot of times, we talk about that and you say, got to be like this, but it just all fell together without any of us discussing it.
I did know that I didn't want to do any 1-4-5 rock and roll at this point in history. I was wanting to do something that was more, paint on canvas, like I said, collage work. I wanted it to be more, for me, something more textured and multi-layered. So, and it's turned out just wonderful. I mean, it's just an intention was do something that felt like we say in the bio, but new again.
I like it. When it came to recording and production for you guys, is there any memorable moments kind of stand out that you can share with us?
We did this in my little studio, and we have this device called the Jam Hub, and we all put headphones on, we all plug into it, and we started recording off an iPhone. And then once we heard those tracks, then we went and we figured out the tempos, and we figured out everyone kind of woodshedded at home. And then we just started tracking straight to Logic, and whatever we didn't overdub my place, everyone did it from their own homes. And then we just listened to the tracks and sent them over to William Faith.
I think when Ondine was done, I think that was an aha moment. Because that was the first manifestation, I think, of this group, really. And like Randy said, we would do we did record all this ourselves, and we had no idea what was going to happen. And then once, I don't know. For me, when I started layering guitars and started getting the textures I wanted in Ondine, it popped. And I think that's the way we feel about all the songs. Each one has its own thing, but yeah, I think probably at the end of Ondine, the very first one, it was like, okay, now we have something,
Yeah, like the guys have been saying, we did a lot of recording ourselves, and we had right kind of from the start, we had a format where we could record all of our, rehearsals and record songs and take them home and listen to them. So we had been, pretty happy with where things were going and thought they were sounding good. But when it came to sending the tracks over to William and seeing what he could do on his end, it was like night and day. We put it on in the car, and suddenly it's like, oh, that's, the song is there, and everything we put into it is there, but he gave it that little push,
the color.
That really like put it over the edge. So we were very happy to be working with him and have him, do his piece, on top of what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Another aha moment was when we started, like Randy said, playing. We got this old stock new piece of equipment called the Jam Hut, and it's all through the headphones. We never played through amps with this band. It's crazy. I mean, all the way up until we started doing this, it was always, amps and drums in our rehearsal space. But we were able to afford us the ability to go straight into an iPhone, and we're doing demos that where back in the day would cost us $300 or $400, not including the rehearsal space. It was just like clear as day, and it was amazing what was coming through. Just running our pedal boards through this thing. It was
in a E-kit. Yeah, it was amazing. We were shocked when we started listening back. It's like it sounded like a mixed demo already. So whatever you put into the Jam Hub is what comes out on, sounded killer.
So we were almost doing kind of pre-production from the start, and we were always able to really hear what we were doing in our parts and then layer vocals on and things like that. So it was, the whole time we were writing songs and stuff, we were really kind of pre-producing them at the same time.
Crazy. It's crazy what you can do these days. Bit of an interesting one for you guys now. How did the way you said you were woodshedding, how did you guys know you were finished? Did you have a set number of songs you wanted, or was it one day, the tap just stopped flowing?
I don't think it's finished. It has never stopped.
Right. Yeah.
We wanted to get something out. So, because a lot of bands in the Bay Area, everybody puts out an EP or a full length, it's all digital. It's digital. And I think we just was like, let's if we're going to start doing gigs once the pandemic ended, we wanted to have some product out there. And it's like, we've already have enough for the next one. So it's continues to be it's like, we just finished this little tour, and which was a lot of fun. And it's your mind frame slides over. It's like, okay, well, we're doing this now. And now we're back, getting ready to start writing again and finish up the ones that we've already got to go on the second one. So yeah.
There's been no we don't talk about like, okay, let's sit down and write. We just at rehearsal, we just start to play a drum groove, or Jay will play a bass groove, and we start playing, and that's how all the other songs were written. It was just whatever was flowing at that moment. And then everyone just adds their parts. It's been great that way.
And we've kind of been working on this as individual songs and not really in the sense of like putting out a 5-song EP. We're more interested in the particular song and kind of, once we had a version done and William had his part done, we would then go out and film a video, and put that out on YouTube and release the song on Spotify, let's say. So this was all kind of really more for us like a collection of singles that we've done. And I think that's the way the next batch will kind of be too. It's like, well, but in the next batch will actually be kind of more of like a batch of songs, because we've had the time to write and we haven't been really kind of like having William do his piece. And so
he's coming
more
out
videos to come.
We're getting ready to do pre-production with William here really soon. So we'll see how that goes. But I would continue to want to do something visual for each song and have it be different each time.
Yeah, William's coming out here at the beginning of November for 4 or 5 days to do pre-production with us. And that's a little different because we didn't do that on the first record. So we're looking forward to it. And Yeah, we're excited.
That'll be interesting now to see what sort of difference comes up between this one and the next one. So now as well, you worked with Mark Pistel on a remix of Velveteen. How did that collab come about and what was the experience like for you?
Okay, so I was talking to Shauna, our publicist, one day, and we were talking about the next single that was coming out, and she said, wouldn't it be great to get Mark Pistel to do a remix of one of the tracks off the record? And I said, well, we could do that. I could just call him right now. And she said, what? Mark and I and Stephan, we've been friends for a long time. And so she couldn't believe it. She says, really? I said, yeah. So I called him right up. We talked. I said, Mark, Shauna, our publicist, said, wouldn't it be great? And I just wanted to see if you'd be interested. And he said, yes, I'd love to. We actually tracked some of the vocals for the record at his place at Room 5, his studio here at Secret Studios. So he already he knew what we were doing. So I said, what track would you like to do? He says, I don't know. Let me listen to the record and I'll just pick one. I said, that's fine. That's the way, we'd love it to work that way. And so he picked Velveteen and he did the remix and then we put it out.
I like it. I like it. Pretty straightforward. Now, you
Yeah.
guys, you mentioned your tour. You're finishing it up today. You have quite an interesting gig later on today. But how has the tour been?
It was awesome.
It was great. It was the first time that we were on the road together, and it was a blast. We started in LA, went to Sacramento, went to Oakland.
We should let them know that we were playing with Black Rose Burning from New York. That's how it all kind of started out. It's like they wanted to do some shows on the West Coast. And let's jump on that. So
yeah, it was great. It was
short and sweet, but well received. And Ray would love to do it again. But I think this next time, maybe going up to the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Portland, Eugene,
Vancouver,
yeah.
Yeah, and the band always gets tight when you're playing every night.
True. And I mentioned the unique gig you have later on today. After mentioning it now, you have to tell the listeners about it.
We're doing a festival this afternoon. It's the Halfway to Goth Day Festival and the Halloween extravaganza that's it's occurring on the Hornet, which is a dry docked aircraft carrier in Alameda here in the Bay Area. And they take over the whole ship with mercantile and Goth Day festivities of all types. It starts, I think, around, I don't know, it's probably 5 o'clock it starts, and then it goes until like 2 a.m. And there's booths with people selling their wares, hundreds and hundreds of artisans. And then there's tonight the concert is 4 bands. We're playing with let's see, who are we playing with? Jeweled Snakes, Diet Docs, and Ashes Fallen. Yeah.
Yes.
And then after that, they open it up for a disco, after hours dance party until 2 a.m. So it's going to be fun. And the ship itself is well known. The Hornet is well known for being haunted. So that just adds to the fun of the whole thing.
It'll be fun for sure.
Oh man, you're making me incredibly jealous now that I'm sitting here in Ireland. I'd nearly hop on a flight and try to get over there. It sounds unreal.
Well, they're not too late. If you get to the airport now, we could see you. We don't go until 9 p.m. So
I might catch the last couple of songs. So now the podcast is called Concerts That Made Us. I know we've talked about the tour, but we need to dive into some more concert questions. First off, as a concert goer, what concerts would you say have made you guys?
Made us. Well, I saw the Cocteau Twins in the 80s. I mean, a lot of the 4AD bands always appreciated those. My Bloody Valentine, 9 Inch Nails, Killing Joke, for me. I mean, being just even Depeche Mode, you name it. The Cure this last year was phenomenal. And then I tend to go down to LA to the Cool World Festival the last 3 years, which has been really, really wonderful because the whole Bauhaus Love and Rock is, oh my God, I just went blank.
There seems a resurgence in all those bands that are coming around again after the pandemic ended. It just seems like concert after concert. These bands are coming around. The Mission, the Chameleons, Planet Zymox.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it.
And a lot of these, they sound great, and everyone's excited. Everyone's going out again. It's been great.
It's a total revival. And for any listeners that haven't been lucky enough to catch one of your shows, what are they like? Give us the full experience if you can.
I think we try to be a little mysterious, like lean into that a little bit. I think we try and bring an atmosphere.
Well, Rhea is a consummate performer. So
yeah, for sure.
I can't begin to tell you. I guess there's probably some video on YouTube of her performing, but she is just amazing live. So it makes it easier on us to just back her up. She's pretty much the focal point at this point in the game. But yeah,
I like it. Sounds like a hell of a show. And when it comes to showtime, what's your pre-show and post-show? How do you like to psych yourselves up? And then afterwards, how do you like to wind down?
Breathe. I just like to breathe myself. It's just try and relax, and just once I know everything's going to go as planned, and then it's just like a vacuum, And afterwards, putting my feet up. The days of partying for this guy is over. Thank God.
Yeah, things have changed that way.
Yeah, it's always nice if there's some time to catch the other bands that are playing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Sometimes you got time, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you got to try and get something to eat before everything closes around you, whatever the situation is. And then,
we're really lacking in the late night over here in the Bay Area. There's not much going on past, midnight as far as food and.
Really?
Well, the clubs are open until 2, but for as far as food goes,
late night dining here doesn't exist just really, other than fast food. So
yeah, post-COVID, it kind of killed a lot of it. So yeah, just gotta unwind with cable TV.
Good movie.
Yeah, there's worse things you could be doing.
And a dog,
And before we dive into the last couple of questions, so future plans set in stone, anything you can share with us?
Well,
the next record. So
rinse and repeat.
Yeah. So, like we've been writing, William's Faith is coming out here at the beginning of November. We're going to do pre-production, start recording in December, January, and hopefully have the first single and video out, sometime around March. And,
yeah, Maria's got her record coming out too. So,
she just released a solo record. So,
yeah, I think awesome. We've been playing 4 or 5 new songs, I think, in the set when we went and did this tour that aren't released yet. So if you really look around and dig in the internet, you'll probably find some streamed videos of us playing on tour, and you'll be able to hear some of those tunes. Like Saints and Stars and Hermine. So that's pretty much the focus, is just working on these new songs and getting these new recordings done, kind of like while, winter's coming, it's going to get cold and rainy, and that's a good time to be inside, working on songs and playing music. And then when the spring comes, maybe we'll get back out there and play some more shows.
Like it. Sounds like a plan. I know what I'll be doing after the interview anyway. I'll be trying to find those videos of those songs. Right, we'll dive into the last couple. There are a couple of fun random ones. First off, besides music and the band, what are you guys currently obsessed with?
It's taking a lot of my energy. For sure.
Yeah, we this is kind of our number one thing. It's but it's not like I don't know. It just seems like it comes really easy. I don't. What do you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is our this is kind of our focus in addition to everything else that we have to do in life. So I mean, whether we've got families or whether we've got jobs or whatever it is, I mean, this is kind of our extra. This is what we throw our passions into and stuff. I mean, other than that, I know music just in general. I mean, all of us are going out to shows and checking out new bands, checking out old bands that are coming back on the scene, and just exploring different kinds of music so that we can bring those influences to what we're doing and what we're writing. So not to, none of us are writing kayaks or, into aeroplanes or anything.
I'm a gear, so I'm still looking for the perfect guitar or two. So yeah, I'm on the hunt sort of constantly for new gear and what I can bring to the band that way. Yeah.
Wow. Is there such a thing as the perfect guitar?
Well, I seem to think so, but I haven't found it yet.
You've been searching for a while.
I mean, there's this one offset Jaguar I'm looking for that I don't know.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
We'll see. Right?
He's seen.
I may have to have it built. I don't know.
Well, we'll be looking forward to updates on whether or not you find it or build it.
Okay.
And the final question. So, what's your go-to album? An album you constantly revisit?
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, obviously, Disintegration and anything that Joy Division.
Strange Times, Closer.
Yeah.
Nighttime by Killing Joke.
Yeah, Killing Joke for sure. As a drummer, I love that stuff. These Banshees.
I'm trying to think if there's anything in the last 20 years besides Queen of the Stone Age. I love those guys. What's new? I can't think of anything. The classics are the best, and I hope that we do a good enough job that maybe someday somebody will be mentioning ours. But that's as corny as that sounds. Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing the Chameleons are touring Strange Times, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. And it's from start to finish. It's just I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it.
They played here, a couple of months ago. They were amazing. Oh my God. It was just like, I didn't expect it. It was, a great show.
My Bloody Valentine. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much all of it.
I like it. Listen, guys, this has been an absolute blast now. Thanks a million.
It's been fun, Brian, to meet you and to get to speak with you today for sure.
Watch my morning.
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. And if you're interested in signing up to Band Builder Academy, use the link in the show notes below and enter the code CONCERTS and you'll receive 10% off. So, until next time, keep rocking. Hey, what are you guys still doing here? The show's over. It's over. You can go home. Go on. We'll see you next time. We'll be here. Bye.